Hello and welcome. Today we are going to talk about Conor McGregor.
For the win! He did it!
Hey, Ray.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
All right, cool. Me too. Today, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Conor McGregor's freak out at Bellator.
Yeah.
And what the heck's going to happen?
Now, that's the freak out at Bellator. That was when he stormed the octagon, right?
Yes.
And, jumped all over the guy, and people thought he was attacking them?
No.
Is that what it was?
So this is what happened. They were in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe. He was watching...
Oh, in Ireland?
Yes. He was watching one of his teammates, that people he trains with. He was watching one of their fights. The guy that he trains with, that's on his team,
Yeah.
was annihilating the other guy.
Okay.
I don't know either of the two fighters' names.
Okay.
I'm not a big Bellator fan. Although
Bellator, is it just a different league, or is
Yes.
it like a lower level?
it is like, if you were gonna
It's not
say
like the D League for NBA or something, is it?
no, if you were gonna say that, which makes this even more interesting, it's a completely different company, completely different organization, and so you would say NFL and what's NCAA, they're two totally different things, right?
Right.
And one is just right under the other, you would say, in popularity.
Well, I mean, it's just different.
Okay.
Because, I mean, one's...
Well, that's kind of how this is. One's just different, but it's not on the exact same level as the UFC. It's just a little bit under.
Okay.
So it's I don't know how to, another sport
it'd be something like soccer.
Yeah,
like
maybe.
levels. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. But anyways, so I think they're in Ireland, and then the guy Conor trains with is just annihilating that guy, and something happens. The crowd goes crazy. Conor runs up to celebrate, jumps in the cage, thinks that Mark Goddard, who's the referee, stops the fight, and then jumps in the cage to celebrate with his teammate, and then realized that Mark Goddard did not stop the fight and went nuts. He got pissed because in what Conor, you should look up Conor McGregor's apology on Instagram, because you should see his picture. You should see his apology picture. But anyways, he got so mad at the ref and went after him because he, in his mind, in his apology, he said he had seen people take too much damage previously, before, and it can ruin their life, and he thinks that the fight should have been stopped. Mm-hmm. And so he was mad and upset that the ref let it continue. And so at first he thought it was over. He thought, okay, the cornermen, everybody's coming in. They'll be here to raise my friend's hand and celebrate. But then he realized that the fight didn't get stopped. And the reason that the fight didn't get stopped is because that uproar of the crowd, and this is what Mark Goddard, the referee, said. He said, because the uproar of the crowd, he couldn't audibly hear if the bell had sounded or not. So in his mind, he thought that the bell had sounded and the round was over. Mm-hmm. So he wasn't going to call it because the round was over at that point. So the guy has his time to recover. But the bell hadn't sounded yet, I don't think. And Conor jumps in, and then everything goes crazy.
Yeah.
Everything goes crazy.
I'm reading his apology right now, so keep going.
Yeah. The thing is that when you read his apology, it's kind of long, but the picture that's with it, and I'll tell you whenever.
Yeah, that picture.
The picture's just like, funny. Let me see it again. Yeah, he's just like, oops, my bad.
Did I do that?
Did I do that? Yeah, he doesn't care, really. And so you gotta think, what is gonna happen with Conor McGregor now? Well, there's a few different schools of thought. Number one school of thought is, well, nothing will happen to Conor for that. He put his hands on a referee, which is not okay in any circumstances. you're intimidating a guy who's locked in a cage with a trained killer, and you want him to know that. So should he be punished? Yeah, absolutely, he should. There's no way if they could just touch refs whenever they want, you know, chaos would happen. So yes, he should be punished, but will he? That's a different story, because let's think about it. They were in Ireland, which, I mean, come on, the commission in Ireland, number one, isn't going to ban him.
Right, of course.
Or suspend him. Number two, it wasn't a UFC event.
No, not at all.
Which is a completely different organization altogether. And three, he's Conor McGregor.
Yeah, biggest name in UFC.
When they promoted the fights, so they have like a delay. They have like a delay screen for their fights or whatever. They said, Bellator 187, Conor McGregor in the cage. Like, they used it to promote their show. And they're like, what's going to happen? You know, or whatever. And so, you know, they used it. He's probably drinking, honestly. He has... Oh,
in Dublin?
Yeah,
I'm sure
he's in Dublin. He's not fighting. He's not working. He has $1 bajillion he'll never ever touch. What? He's young. He's 27 years old, I think.
That's not young.
Well, it definitely is. You keep saying that, but it's definitely young. He's not even in his athletic prime.
Is that what you're gonna say?
He's not even in his athletic prime.
Oh my god.
So that's what I'm saying. He's got too much money. So here's, and this is just my personal theory. He's got all that freaking money. He's got all that money. He's got all the power. Think about it. He's saying, like, if I'm ever going to fight in the UFC again, I need to promote. I need to be a promoter. I need to own part of the UFC.
Yeah.
You know, which are they going to give it to him? I bet they will.
I don't think they have a choice.
I bet they will. I bet they.
That's the only way he comes back, right? To defend his belt. How many does he even have now? 2? That he's never defended?
I think he's won like 3 or 4 different belts, but he's never defended anything in 2 different organizations. And I think he only has 1 right now. I think they made him vacate 1. But I think they probably give it to him and then they never tell anybody.
That makes sense, yeah.
But, so he has all this money. He's the who's who. No one can do anything to him. He doesn't think. And I honestly don't think anyone can do anything to him either, because how many stars does the UFC have right now?
None. I mean, they had 2, and then 1 keeps doing cocaine. So.
Yeah, shoot, man. Don't even get me started on that.
I mean, some people just aren't marketable, though.
Yeah.
Like, Conor just really has that talent.
And you know what? Here's the other thing that makes me think he's going crazy. He's done a couple of things lately. So he used that. He called one fighter the F word. And he didn't know he was being...
Wow.
He said
now
that.
I'm going to have to bleep that.
Yeah. He called him the F word. And it was caught on camera. He didn't know that. I don't think he knew. He was consoling another friend. Which, by the way, during that fight, he was not sanctioned as a corner man. And he went up to the cage and started coaching.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's not allowed. He can't be doing that. So those 2 things happen. Then this happens. He's going off the rails.
I don't think so.
I think he is. I think he's going off the rails. But there is a conspiracy theory.
What's that?
The conspiracy theory is his next fight needs to be defending the title against Tony Ferguson. And he's trying to get suspended so he doesn't have to fight Tony Ferguson.
Why? Why would he be scared of Tony Ferguson?
Because Tony Ferguson's a bad dude. So, here's the thing. Do I think he can beat Tony Ferguson? Absolutely. I'm a Conor nut hugger. I love Conor. You know? I'm saying,
that's why people say it.
Yeah, that's right. Whatever.
But
anyways, you know, Conor's like my favorite fighter for sure now that John Jones is gone. And will never come back. I mean, come on, Jones. I'm just... Come on this podcast and defend yourself. Come on this podcast and defend yourself.
And get here.
Yeah, come on. Do a bump and come on over.
Bitch.
Get a bump and come on over. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, But no, they're good dance partners, Tony Ferguson and Conor McGregor. Tony Ferguson can take a hit. He can. But that left-handed Conors can sleep people. The other thing, that Tony Ferguson is a movement expert, but so is Conor. The only thing is, he's got a sleeper of a left hand, Conor does, but Tony Ferguson, his cardio goes forever.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't slow down. So, it is a dangerous fight for him. So, I could see that. But you know
that's a weird thing. Trying to get suspended.
Yeah, I don't think that that's true, but it's a good theory. I mean, it could. Because think about it. Do you really think with the legacy that Conor has made that he really even wants to fight anymore?
He doesn't have any reason to fight.
He has zero reason to fight. You know that his movie is in theaters right now? He's got a movie, and it comes out on DVD in December. I'm going to buy it. He doesn't have any reason to fight. He's got a movie, $1 bajillion in the bank he's never going to use. He's got signature suits that he's designed. He's got a whiskey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't need to fight, so why? And that's the thing. The UFC wants him to fight because they don't have any real stars right now. You know? And so... I think it's interesting, but you know who I think probably is benefiting the most about with this whole thing? Anderson Silva. I think he's benefiting the most.
I mean, how?
Because the media is so focused on Conor, the MMA media, not like Fox News or anything, but MMA media, sports media, when they cover MMA, is so focused on Conor going crazy and doing all these things that no one is really talking about Anderson Silva just failed another drug test.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just failed another drug test and he's out. He was gonna fight Kevin Gastelum, which is now
Kevin Garnett.
No, which is now who Bisping is gonna fight now to fill in. Because this is Anderson Silva being pulled out because he failed the drug test for the second time in his career. He's old. He really is. He is old. He probably will never fight again. And because he's been popped for steroids 2 times or performance-enhancing drugs, PEDs, he's out of the, pound for pound top conversation forever, But it's so crazy because of all this, and Colby Covington saying all that stuff, that racist stuff about Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
Was
it Brazil?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And then Verdum hitting him with a boomerang.
Now that's
Did you ever watch that?
Did
you ever watch that?
You showed it to me.
He just threw that thing right at him.
Funny.
He pressed charges.
No,
Punk move.
No, he did.
Yeah, he did. He pressed charges, punk move, but you know what I'm saying. But he has a reason. He did have a reason for pressing charges, according to his conversation on MMA Hour. He said, the only way that I can get him, get at him with UFC and not let this happen anymore is his word against mine, unless we get the footage from the security cameras outside the hotel. Mm-hmm. The only way we can get that is if I press charges.
Oh, gotcha.
So, I understand that, but, it looks like a punk move whenever you say all that stuff about his hometown and then he throws a boomerang at you.
That's some funny shit.
Boomerang at him. Didn't even take it out of the bag.
God dang. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure. So, here's my question for you. Is Conor corrupt with power at this point in time? Or you think he's just, he's got $1 bajillion in the bank? He's paid. He's
Kanye right now.
Yeah.
He's got so much money and success, he has no reason to care what anyone thinks.
You think he's just wilding out, or do you think there's some kind of other thing behind it?
I think he's just going crazy.
I think he is too. I think he's just got so much money in the bank, making more money than whoever. And he doesn't know really what to do with it. He's doing whatever he wants. You know what I'm saying? And he just keeps making banana farms, which is, we've talked about that before. He just keeps making banana farms, so he's only going to keep more money. His son that he has will never have to worry about anything. Can you imagine 5 years ago he was collecting welfare?
I know, that's crazy.
That's nuts. That's the craziest thing.
Crazy to think.
5 years ago, it's collecting welfare. Not anymore.
That's the dream, dude. I mean, I don't want to get punched in the head like that, but
that thing with Floyd was spectacular. He lost, definitely. But do you think Floyd seems to be a little bit not good with money? He bought a mansion with that Conor fight money.
No shit.
He did. And he put a huge painting of Conor McGregor in it. Huge.
That's dope.
Yes. It's really cool. And then a huge painting of him as well. How long until he's so low on money that he goes for another Conor fight?
Oh shit, 2 years.
You think 2 years there'll be another one?
Yeah.
He said next time I'll make him fight in the MMA.
That'll never happen.
I don't think that'll ever happen. There's not enough time. He's too old. He can't learn it. It'll be over real fast. But I wonder, boxing match now. Oscar De La Hoya said he's been training secretly, going to the gym, training secretly so he can call out Conor McGregor. Now, Oscar De La Hoya is old and is a promoter for Golden Boy Promotions, and said that this whole Conor McGregor thing was such a travesty to the sport of boxing, and now he wants it.
Oh my god.
I don't get it, man. I want
to see a boxing league where it's just Mike Tyson age motherfuckers.
Just all old boxers.
People. Just fighting until they're too tired to not fight anymore.
Just like they're laying on each other. Just
I want those ones that can't speak English correctly anymore. Those are the ones I want.
Oh shoot. Like they just have
those ones
slur.
half of their face is droopy from getting the shit knocked out of them for 20 years.
CTE, right? Hey, the first NFL alive football player got diagnosed with CTE.
That's freaking wild.
That's so crazy. But they're not telling who it is, right?
I haven't heard the name.
Yeah, I don't think they're telling who it is. Which, you give it 15, 20 years, oh man, we're going to see a lot of MMA people with it.
Yeah, no shit.
But it's so relatively new, the sport is that.
That's one thing, in NFL, CTE versus the money you make, almost worth it. You make enough money to where it's worth the brain damage. Yeah,
kind of, I guess. But MMA, I would say no. I would say no.
I mean, think about a minimum contract for a 2 or 3 year veteran for the NFL. Just a shade under $1 million a season. What's it for the MMA? What?
I don't know. They go fight by fight, and
what is Mighty Mouse Johnson make a fight?
I wouldn't tell you. Maybe I don't know.
Does he make millions a fight?
I don't know. We can look it up. Let's look it up real quick. Because he's pound for pound number one. Let's see how pound for pound number one is getting paid. Because it's not that much. It's good enough to make it be it's good enough to be happy in life, I guess. But how much is he getting paid?
Career earnings.
So he's getting 20,000.
He made $460,000
for Rayborg. So he made that for the fight.
He only made $370,000 for the fight, and the rest is sponsorship.
Yeah, and so here's the thing. So
that's not fucking much. How many times does he fight a year?
Just I don't know, just a couple.
5 or 6 would be a lot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, that'd be way more. You're fighting 2 or 3 times a year.
God, there's no way that's CTEs of.
And the thing is this: do you also have to pay your coaches? If you have a nutritionist, you have to pay them.
Holy
you have to pay a lot of things. He's on Twitch all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Getting them donations.
Yeah, And so, is it worth it?
Fuck no.
I would say no. You have to be like, you have to have like this want and desire to be like a true martial artist, you know, and wanting to test yourself. Or you just want to be a bad MFer, you know, Kobe Covington. There's some like young lions who are just monsters and they just want to fight.
Fuck that shit, dude.
There are people, Joe Thomas from the Cleveland Browns. He's...
No.
Alright, we'll see you next time, guys. He said he's already experiencing memory loss.
Dang it.
He's 30, 31. He's played in the league since 2004. He's an offensive lineman. And he's like, there's already, like, just spaces in my life that I don't remember. But he said, I've made, like, $100 million in my life.
Then stop.
He's like, it's like, I knew what I was getting into, is what his deal is.
You think...
100 million's a lot. He hasn't made that much. Probably, like, 50 or 60, 70.
So here's my question. Say in some fantasy world, you were an NFL player, and you're making, it would be great. You're making, you know, so much money. How much money before you're like, I'm done?
I don't know. There are plenty of people that do that.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. But for you personally, I'm saying
I'd play 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah, I'd play out.
I'd play probably 3.
3?
Yeah.
That's not even a rookie contract. I would play...
What's a rookie contract?
Depends on what you sign. Most sign like a 3 or 4 year.
Okay, now I play 3 or 4 years.
You'd just play a rookie contract?
Yeah.
I don't know. See, that'd be tough. It would depend on... I mean, obviously, what kind of player you were.
Yeah.
Because if you play your rookie contract, and obviously that's a lot of money, even though it's not a lot of money compared to what everyone else is making. Mm-hmm. It is a lot of money compared to the average American. But after that rookie contract, if somebody's like, we'll give you 4 years, $56 million with a $7 million signing bonus, how the hell do you say, no, I'm retiring? You know? If they're like, we'll give you 4 years, $5 million, $1 million signing bonus. That's where I'm like, well, that's not. I mean, for this abuse, no way. If I'm like a good player, you know, if I'm like, who's somebody? If I'm like, you know, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
Okay, he's one of the best wide receivers. If I'm like that, and they're like, we're gonna give you $80 million over 4 seasons, then I'm in. But if I'm like some 5th round, second stringer, you know, and they're like, we'll re-sign you for $1.5 million a year.
I'm out. I've already made $1 million.
That's not a lot. Like, I've already made 10, 20 million at that point. I would be out.
$20 million.
If the money's good, that's like Joe Thomas. He's one of the best offensive linemen in NFL history. Still playing. He's just like, I knew what I was getting into. Like, they keep paying me, so I keep playing. You know, the money is a good trade-off.
But that's the thing. Like, what about your family, though? Like, they have to watch you slowly go.
He's made... I'm going to look it up. I'm going to say he's gotten 3 contracts from the Browns now. So,
would you have your wife sign a prenup?
Absolutely.
You know who didn't? Johnny Depp. Yep.
Alright, let's see. He's making...
Oh my gosh. Those numbers, I don't
next
even know.
year, he'll be making $13 million. He made $13 million this season.
Oh my gosh. That's so much money.
He's made $94.1 million in his career.
What do you do with it? Like, at a certain point in time, money doesn't mean anything anymore. I'd quit. The money doesn't mean anymore. I have more money than I can ever spend, you know, and now I don't have to work out and get hit or anything like that. He's 32 years old. Enjoy the rest of your life. I'd be done. $32 million? Okay, bye. I'll see you guys later. No, we'll pay you more. Listen, I'm going to die soon. I don't know what to do with the money I have. I don't need any more. I'd rather not wake up early, have to eat good, you know, like healthy. I'd rather just, you know, just hang out. I'd like to sleep in, you know, not travel. getting to, worry about my relationship with my wife, getting like so annoyed with each other that we have one of those fights where I don't know if we're gonna make it. I'd rather just go ahead and do that, than get up and play football again and again and again. I got enough, I got enough.
You just went on a sitcom monologue. Right
I don't think. Yeah, I guess
God.
so.
We gotta work that into our TV show. All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, man. Yeah, tell us, Conor, crazy or just trying to get suspended? Who knows? I think he's wilding out though.
Yeah, who fucking knows?
I
forgot we even talked about Conor this podcast.
Yeah, that's what the whole thing was about. Started.
Yeah. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye. Love you all.